So the plan is to get back on stage in the men's physique category. I've competed in men's physique a couple of times in the past, but it's been nearly 5 years since I've been on stage. This machine's beautiful. Warm-up set done. Probably 2 more warm-up sets before we go to the top set.
I'm happy as life. Oh wait.
This machine gets very heavy, very quickly. And we're back. Welcome back to the YouTube. This time, different location, back in Ireland for the next 10 days. Came back just to kind of catch up with the team, see a few people in person, and obviously catch up with family as well before we head back. I've got a couple of people competing over the next couple of months, so just getting like an in-person check-in with them, just going to give me a better visualization of where they're at and lay out the map together. So today's plan of action is we're actually catching up with Andy, who's going to be competing in Canada in June time in the Toronto Pro Show. Looks incredible as is. Run through a session with him, assess him in person, and potentially a physique update of where I'm at in this prep too. I've now started prep 1 week into it. We've pushed food back up just to create a better environment to start from. So food is at 3,300 calories training day, 3,000 non-training day. Cardio is still very little, 6 by 20 minutes per day, 10K steps. And we've just reintroduced PEDs there as of last week. So from going from a 10-week cruise phase to now back into cycle and prep, physique is going to be quite responsive over the next 14, 15 weeks. So I'm actually very excited to see how we pan out. But today is more about Andy more so than myself, and just kind of showing you kind of the work that we've done and laying out the kind of future plans together. I've got 2 meals in so far. Meal 1 was an oats shake. Meal 2 was some eggs and sourdough. I usually like to have about 2 meals and about 2 litres of water before I go and train because I feel I perform better hydrated and better fuel to perform. I feel stronger when I've got some more food into it. So I'm primed, I've got some pre-workout in, I'm ready to go because Andy's a big lad, so I'm going to have to keep up today. The main reason why I came back was to see this fella, to be honest. It's hard living abroad and leaving him home sometimes, but I try not to be away for too long. Plan is that once we're finished with Dubai, we'll probably head over to like Spain for the summer and bring him over with us because I can't spend too much longer away from him. He has like an attachment issue with me. Doesn't leave my side at all. Right, do you want to come train? Or do you want to eat? You go in. So we're in fire now. This is the OG stomping ground for the both of us.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
This is where it started off. It's a pretty sick gym in terms of layout, aesthetics. But both of us are probably a little bit strong for this gym now.
Think so?
In terms of the machinery.
Yeah.
But we're going to catch a quick push session, run you through the push session, assess Andy in person, seeing where he's currently at before we start entering this prep environment for himself. He's well fed. He's had a couple of days off with friends and family because he's flew all the way from Canada. So we should be looking quite full today.
Chunky. A little bit chunkier today, yeah.
To pull it all back off again.
That's it.
All right, let's get into it. Field prep as well, man, so it's a good locked-in environment to be in, you know?
Man, up 4:30 every morning. Not here, like here, took a little rest back home for 4:30 every morning. And then busy through the day, man, between clients, training, cardio, prepping, eating. Always fucking busy.
Do you want to explain your routine to the camera here and tell the people what it's like? Because you're probably one of the busiest people that I know. As in, like, your routine has to be very dialed in about how many hours you do per day. So give us an idea of what you do on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, so I get up about 4:30 in the morning. So get my day started. Eat my oats and my eggs first thing. Straight into work. First client, sometimes I have a 5:30 or a 6 a.m. And I have minimum 8 clients a day, up to 12 clients a day. Last client every day is like 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And by the time I get home, we're looking about 9ish. Yeah. Shower, last meal, into bed. Back up about 4:35 next day again. And that's 5 days a week. Saturday again, start about 7, 8 in the morning. That's more of a half day, finish about 1 or 2. And then Sunday I have a couple of online clients, check-ins on the Sunday with my online clients. You know, programming for a few of the boys online. And yeah, so pretty much Monday to Sunday, flat out almost. And then when I get a chance to rest, it's more prepping the food and I need to train for an hour and a half or so, you know. So but, I like staying busy. It's good.
There's little room for error there, like Andy's routine. So he really needs to be on top of it consistently, because if he doesn't prep, he doesn't stay organised, he wouldn't be where he is now in terms of the condition that he's after getting in. So just goes to show, like, regardless of how busy you are, like, there's time to do shit if it's a priority to you. Even I'm impressed with that routine, to be fair.
I have to live by myself. I have to make money, right?
Andy has a mad accent now as well, by the way. He used to have a very like blanche Dublin accent, and now he's gone like twangy from Canada.
Proper soft, yeah. I got it off all the boys, man.
Set of tits, mate. Some set of tits on you.
Always, man. Once I started training, they're up.
The big, yeah, one of the biggest chests I've seen. Huh?
Remember when I was 18 when we first started?
Bench day every day.
I trained everything. Like, I did a full body every day, man. You know, Monday to Friday school, Monday to Friday train. Full bodies. My tits just blew up. Everything's playing catch up since.
So starting with like a costal pec flight today, just to get some blood flow into pecs before we do any heavier loading. We'll do one warm-up set, higher rep range, and then probably do 2 working sets, bringing it as close to failure as possible till full of blood, warmed up, before we go into some heavy shit.
Into the heavy. You know, Smith machine incline or what, you know?
Yeah, that's what you've been working off, isn't it?
Yeah, mostly the Smith machine. I've been doing flat dumbbells, but I decline it by like 1.
Yeah.
So I put like a plate under it by 1 inch, 1.5 inches, just to really drive that bicep into pec, a really good contraction that way. So I'm slightly scooping up underneath the chest.
Yeah.
Getting a good contraction.
All the way on, yeah. Drive.
Try and do those few length and partials.
Length and partials. Oh, the new hype is length and partials, isn't it?
Huh?
The new hype is length and partials.
Few length and partials. Yeah, a lot of fucking science behind that now, isn't it?
A lot of studies.
A lot of studies. Saying they are beneficial, so.
Yeah.
But you can feel it. I think it's always good to maybe finish with a few partials.
Yeah, you can even do full sets in length and partials as well. Like they're quick.
Don't know if I believe in that now.
That's research. It's not even.
Yeah.
You can do them as like a end the set like to failure method, or you can do actually length and partials full set. Probably wouldn't be as like ideal in a cable pec fly, but the likes of the leg press and that bottom end of the movement, length and partials, good. Now, I haven't programmed any myself for me, but
so we're looking for June shows.
Yeah.
We have to look into that as well, right?
We need to look at exact dates. That's going to give us timeline.
Yeah.
And we need to look at UK shows as well.
You want to do a UK show?
Yeah, I think you should.
What are we going?
We'll do an 80, so 10.
80 kilos?
10.
You got a 10 there?
Yeah.
Or do you want a 10?
I have a 10 now. So we just did 3 warm-up sets there, incline press. 60 kilo, 80 kilo, 100 kilo. As the load went up, we dropped off reps, keeping a good few reps in reserve, just to obviously build a bit of tolerance to the load on our joints and tissue so we don't get injured, but also save some energy too, so we're not going anywhere near failure or putting too much fatigue on. So now we've got enough energy, we're quite warmed up, so we can go into a top set, feeling ready to go. Felt a bit of it up, twinge me chest.
You feel it? Not gonna do any warm-up really, did you? Did you any mobility?
Yeah.
But like shoulder, like mobility-wise, like
I felt
shoulder band stretches, anything like that?
A twinge on my pec there. I've never felt a twinge on my pec. And that felt quite smooth, like. Right in there.
Right, but between the insertion, the pec and the
anterior. On my shoulder.
Yeah?
Yeah, mate. You walk away, you do a set there. I could, you know when you even just stand there, I could feel it's fucking like a twinge or something.
Maybe back off a little bit?
Yeah, I will. I'm going to do another step, but I'm not doing 100 kilo. I'm just going to feel it with like 60 kilo.
Do 60 kilo?
Yeah.
Get the feel for that?
Great. We're one exercise in and nearly tore my pec.
Well, you're fucking traveling as well, right? So
Yeah,
all that has something to play, like,
It does, yeah.
it all has a big play in it, like traveling, fucking lack of sleep. What is there time difference between here and
4 hours.
4 hours? Yeah, for me it's 5 hours, right? So I didn't even sleep, man. I came straight off the plane. I was up for 40 hours.
Yeah.
Met Liam at like 10 a.m. and trained with him up out on West Side for fucking a pole session. I didn't even fucking sleep, man. Mr. Mexican, let's go. Down to the bottom range, just feel a stretch. Let's feel like
That's sore there.
sore there.
It's like, no, I can lift it, but it's that right shoulder. I'm in that length of range there. It's like it goes from my anterior delta to my pec.
You feel it?
Like that. That's fucking sore. Well, let's just see what we can do. I'm done on that anyway. That's a fixed bar as well. So there's no,
playing it.
I can't.
Well, those dumbbells are nice.
Yeah.
For me, like a flat, dumbbells always better than bench.
Yeah.
Just so I can get better contraction, I can put where the elbows where I feel a little bit more comfortable.
I think
Body
if I
mechanics,
can
right?
manipulate the bar path, I'll be okay. So dumbbells might be good.
Drop a little
Flat
bit.
press, yeah.
Put more for that pec major.
The elbows in a little bit. So one day we go to shoot chest session with Andy, and fucking my pec starts acting up. I think it was just that incline Smith press. Must have been something not warming up fully, to be fair. I felt warm, I felt fresh, but it just didn't feel right. Like a strain across my pec.
What was even
And even when I'm coming down here in this length and range, just even that just there, fucking I could feel it.
what was the sleep like with the flight and everything? Because you only came back in yesterday, right?
Yeah, I feel my sleep was good. I feel that my sleeping pattern's better here because we're 4 hours ahead over there. So like 7 o'clock here is like 11 o'clock over there. So when I get up at 7 o'clock here, it was at my 11 o'clock my time, so I'm actually getting more sleep.
Well, we're 5 hours behind, right?
Yeah.
So I'm getting up here like 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning, but it's like when I get home back home.
Yeah,
So getting up at 4 or 5 in the morning anyway. So I can't sleep in past that. I think the latest I slept into was about, since I've been here, about 8 a.m. Can't sleep past that really, 8 a.m., half 8. And I'm up and ready to go, like, you know what I mean? This morning I was awake by 7, out of bed by like half 7. You know what I mean? So what did we do? We did a fly,
Incline flat,
Flat.
and then I was going to move on to delta, so I can do a bit of delta work with you.
just jump on the delta, maybe finish a little bit of tricep then.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
Yeah.
So I'll do this set, so I did 2 warm-ups, 2 walking, this will be my next walking.
set, yeah.
Top set,
We'll do a back off set,
back off set,
and then we'll move on to some lateral raises,
lateral raise, yeah.
and then some triceps. Yeah?
What are we thinking, like a dumbbell and a cable maybe?
Yeah.
Right, so 50s,
50s.
yeah?
So it's time to go coach mode. Just bring Andy through a good session. Let's see where this goes, Andy. If you feel there's more there, we'll go heavier. Yeah, so if you feel that 8 rep range here is perfect for you, or you can do more, but then we'll just do 2 or 3 reps and we'll go upload.
So what do you think? Don't go over 8 reps.
We'll be able to tell after the first 2 reps how this looks. Yeah?
So I think maybe 8 on this, and if I feel clean, go up.
Yeah. Come on.
Do you want to let a push up for the first one, don't
I'll give you a
Yep.
push up, yeah?
Yep.
Try it.
Yeah.
Got it?
Not the set yet.
Drop that.
Huh?
Drop that.
What
Drop
do you
it. You've got more on you. Drop load. Yeah.
This went 5s there.
So that was fine enough for you. So like it's too light for the working set. So you probably get 55s for that working set. So
So you take like 3 almost warm-ups,
yeah, so
30, 40, 50.
yeah, figuring out kind of your working weight there. They were flying up there, so
Yeah.
you probably would have got a higher rep range there. So that could be a back off set for you. But we'll probably get 55s here for 8 to 10, you know? So instead of going the whole way there, saving a bit of energy, we'll use the 55s now.
Okay,
And
use
we
for
might
the
back
tops.
off to this, or we might go to like 47.5 here back off.
Right, so
Just show these back here.
show them back. Okay. What shows you thinking about
There's
England?
loads, mate.
PCAs or shit?
England's very competitive. No, there's NPC. Loads shows in the UK, NPC wise. And I think you do very well in them. So I think if you're going to go for that Toe Pro show, like even a week or 2 prior to that, or even after that, the UK show as well, maybe a regional and a pro qualifier. Pro qualifier, you can be your pro credit.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of shows there, but I think you need to test the waters in a regional first. Like if you win a regional, it's a good indicator that you've got what it takes to win a pro card. You know what I mean? Yeah. So basically the pro qualifiers are all the winners of the regionals.
Okay.
So if you've won a regional, you're going to a pro qualifier, and then that's where you've got the opportunity to win a pro card.
So you think if we aim for 3 to 4 shows between England and Toronto?
I would say, let's see where it falls. I'll have a look at the timeline because I have all the UK calendar there that I can look at.
Yeah.
But if we already do that UK method before the Toronto Pro, or we do it after.
What would you rather do?
The thing is, with the UK show, we could probably I would say maybe go Toronto first, then UK second. Yeah. I think Toronto's going to be more competitive just because Canada's just a big pool of people.
Okay, yeah.
You know, so there's going to be a lot of higher population there. I've never been to a show in Canada either, so.
Good, man.
Whereas I've been to the ones in UK and I've seen what's there. Now some of them are good.
Some of them are good, but I've been obviously to Limo show, the PCAs in Birmingham.
PCAs. PCA standard's okay.
Standard was alright, but it was pretty good. But I just think even like me, like just being at a booth in fucking Toronto, the Toronto Pros, man.
You can see
next level. Like, just people walking around and there's big motherfuckers like, and even like men's physique guys are like, shit, these guys are men's physique, like they're built like that. So yeah, it's fucking scary. Like people are like, oh, do men's classic, and I was like, I think if I come in with the size and condition that men's physique, I could do pretty well. I still think classic, I still need a build. I think only if you're doing classic, I need to be 95 kilo plus on stage condition. Like 90 kilo.
Have you looked at your weight cap?
Huh?
Have you looked at your weight cap for it?
Well, it's usually height.
98, yeah, 98 for your height.
It's I think I'm between like 182 to 185, 86. That's my height.
Then
class.
you're probably more, you're probably 101.
Me?
Kilo, yeah. You can be on stage. I think there's a difference though between amateur and pro. So amateurs are a little bit less than the weight cap for pro.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go.
Ready?
We'll do maybe a cable. Got it?
Yep. So, yeah, give yourself a break from the dumbbells and then show into the...
I know I'm after doing something to that.
Huh?
I'm after doing something to that.
You gonna get it checked?
Yeah, I probably will.
What, you're saying 12s with this?
12 to 15.
Tempo doesn't matter or?
12 to 15. Yeah, tempo still, but 12 to 15. 12 to 15, yeah?
Okay.
Good. Control right down, yeah? Drive right up. Drive quick. Nice. Up. At least 12 here. So it's not out, it's relaxed. But all you're doing is that flare, basically, you know what I mean? That's the flare, exactly. See that flare? Yeah. But then you wrap around. That's it, yeah. Keep it scoring, yeah. Good. You see the way you're sitting back into it? Yeah, you don't want to sit back into it. So you're sitting back into it here. You want to stay upright, and lean into that front leg. See that front leg? Now we got a bit carried away there, but we'll run through some posing. We'll run through posing at the end. Yeah. Finish this session off, and I'll run you through some kind of tips on posing stuff upstairs.
So, condition-wise, hot-ish?
Condition, you're very good. Exactly where we need to be. I know.
But 12 weeks, man, been really good. Besides like 1 half day when the last.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Bit heavy.
Oh, I think I did some damage. First time I've ever injured my pec. So, just to get the most out of this kind of unilateral cable that we're at, in terms of positioning, up about kind of where your knee lies, what that's going to do is it changes the strength barrier. So if you have a cable that's fully down the bottom, the range that you have to drive that load up is a greater distance, so it can be actually harder to progress in terms of load, whereas if the point of tension is here, there's a higher probability you're going to be able to move up load in a quicker fashion and still get the same stimulus. Second point is, instead of holding your core like Andy is now, hold onto the machine, okay? Step out from the machine, straighten this arm out, and as you drive off with the cable, you push in with that arm, and what that does is it just creates a brace that you can gain a bit of force on. So as you start to fatigue, if you're freestanding, the tendency to kind of sway with the movement, whereas if you're braced against it, you've got that lock-in point where you can just drive up.
Like that.
Harder though, isn't it?
Fucking burning out like that.
If you can use like a longer rope, you'll get a better movement pattern, you'll get a better contraction, and you'll fit your kind of mechanics a little better. But if you don't, if you just got access to like one rope, that's still perfectly fine, still a great exercise. You just maybe have to tweak the angle that you're driving from to get that better connection. Like Andy in this case, obviously quite wide, so him having this arm pad a little bit more forward on the body gives him the ability to get the tricep a little bit shorter. So there's no right or wrong when it comes to like attachment, it's just a matter of figuring out things with like your mechanics and what feels good here too. It looks like it's working now, doesn't it? Nice. Stand actually over here where I am. You know, actually, here might be better for you to have a look. Yeah. Yeah. Here we have a look. So I can take it off you now if you want. Where's just throw the mag on there. Throw it over here. Just what we'll do is, what we're trying to do is get this front pose and see how you look. Just square on and see, because you've got very strong like upper shelf. Let's see if we can kind of bring it all together from a front pose. So from a front pose, when you're standing, like hands on the hips and bring it forward like this. Bring the rib cage down though, so you're contracted. The important thing is here is trying to bring that V-taper in, bringing the lats in from behind too. So it's like a lat spread, but you're not fully trying to like open up everything, because when you open up everything, your rib cage will flare as well. So it's just a notch before that. So, okay. So with you, what we do is bring these arms down a little bit more. Here, now flared lats there. Chest up though. And now exhale, blow it all out. That's better. See the way you did it initially? Yeah. It's very bodybuilding-esque, so it looks very like tensed and blocky. Whereas now you've got the lats coming in here, and it looks a lot more easy. Look, a step back a little bit because the lighting's a bit dark on you there. Even further if you can. There we go, that's better. Do that again. Good stuff. See your lats, like their insertion is very good, but there's a gap here. There's a gap here, so we want to kind of like fit. No, so it could be fixed just toes. I think your lats are a little bit tight from opening up. Like, because your chest is so big, that when you pull, you nearly have to go to full range to get your lats up. Exactly, now they're up, fully up. So we're trying to get them lats out without having to go all the way up. That's them out there, yeah? Perfect, there we go. That's much better. That's a strong front pose. Now, side pose, it's stand like this. So your leading leg is your back leg here. This front leg, right leg, is out here. Yeah? All you do is hand on the hip and flare out.
So I feel like this is my point.
That's your side, okay. Okay.
So for me, like,
so then it's right leg forward, left leg back, and open. Right leg forward, left leg back. Yeah, don't be afraid to open up a little bit. Like, you don't have to be out here, but like just open them up so you can open up the hip a little bit and get that rotation around.
So I'm going full.
Here.
So like glide with the hand,
yeah. Good. Remember, don't sit back. Sit into it and let the hips do the work in terms of rotation. Exhale, exhale. Now, they may do the quarter turns, Jimmy. So usually like quarter turns, they'll do like a front on shot. They might do a quarter turn where you'll go sideways. You might do another quarter turn when you face the back. And you go up. Then another quarter turn is that side. Jimmy, so
you're trying to go 1, 2, 3, 4.
They will. But with MPC, you can kind of tweak it around yourself. Like sometimes you don't even have to put the hands on the hips. You can just stand like that, or you can stand like that as well. So you don't have to put the hands on the hips either. So we kind of need to figure out what looks well with your proportions, what's going to give you a more dramatic look.
So for the back.
So the back, yeah. So with the back here, yeah. You want to drive up with the elbows, up, open, drive up, open. Good. See the way the arms are up?
Yeah.
So drive back, open. See the way arms are dipped. Exactly. So there's no like tension on these arms. I'm just letting the elbow sit on the lat. I'm letting the elbow sit on the lat. Good. Mate, that's beautiful. Like that's perfect. Can you spread a little bit more? and maybe bring your arms a little bit higher. So do that again, but finish with your arms higher. Chest up. Now I think the lower hands brought your lats in a little bit more. So here, chest up and spread. Good. But you can have a wider stance, you're very still narrow. So up and out. Nice.
So find the right one, right? Just to see what sort of works for you.
Up and lock out. Much better. But you're still catching yourself there, some way or form. So it's like when you're doing it, you're still like wiggling.
Yeah.
So we want this, smooth. Yes. Much better. We need that chest up tall though. We need that arch back. Track your scapula a little bit. There. That's what we want there. So think about it as much detail as possible. So the flare brings out the width. We don't want full retraction here, but we may have to retract a little bit to bring the detail across the traps, the rhomboids, radials. Yeah, so if you're thinking about, if you're just flared, you separate everything, you lose all the detail. Whereas you spread, but then tuck those elbows back, that's where the detail comes into your rhomboids, traps, exactly. So it's like, nearly like you're not retracting fully, it's just a small retraction to give you a bit of detail. So just a small step back, so just on my foot here. No, not sideways, that's sideways. Just back. Exactly. Left foot forward, left foot forward, and now right foot back. There we go. So it's like a 3-point turn. So then you can hit that. This is a strong side as well for you, man. So again, right hand on the hip if you can. Flare the lat. Good. Good. But you can even do 2 hands on the hips. Exhale. Very good. That's a pose there, mate. You see the way now you don't look too muscular. You've got a lot of muscle, but it's like it's nice looking now. It's not too like tensed where. Yeah, I know, right? You do want muscle, but when you're looking at men's physique, you don't want too overpowering because it turns off very bodybuilding. Like you want to have that flow and not to be too heavily muscled because you can get marked down for being too heavily muscled as well. Yeah. They'll just say you're too big for it. You should be in classic.
So the first days when the amateurs compete, second days when the pros compete. So I was doing both days. So the amateur ones, of course, then if you win that show, you can compete the next
stay in the pro show, yeah.
That's what I'm aiming for.
Yeah, I love that as well. That'd be a really good idea.
That's the main one for me. Like, if I do a nationals maybe a week before that, that's good. And then that one, like, the UK never rang a bell until you said, let's try.
There's loads of NPC shows in the UK that you can do. It's similar to like nationals or regionals they're called. You win one of them, it's a good idea that I've got what it takes to go into a pro qualifier. The pro qualifier is then you win that, you win the overall, you win your pro card. So you can do that in the UK too. So the UK is quite competitive as well in that scene, in the NPC and two bros. But I definitely think that's where you stand. That'd be very similar to what you're going to do in Toronto. The only thing about Toronto is it's going to be a huge pool of people. That's the issue with things. It's going to be such a big competition. Like it's one of the biggest shows of the year in NPC.
Toronto Pro show for me, I believe, is top 4. So you go to the Toronto Pro, you have the New York Pro, and you have like your Arnold's, and you have.
Yeah.
So for me, I think Toronto Pro is in the top 5.
Yeah.
Shows in the world.
If you can win a show like that, that's a really good standard. That like you're not competing against nobodies, you know. You're against people that want.
But that's the goal, man. I don't want to be competing against somebodies.
I think that's.
I don't want to be competing against somebody.
Yeah, I think that's important as well. Like when you're competing, like there's so many competitions you can do with different federations that you can compete with as well. But I think when you've got someone of like Andy's physique, like quite a strong physique, well-developed physique, who will do well, there's no point of just throwing Andy into a federation where he's not going to have a huge pool of competition. It's not really an accomplishment. Yeah, it's great to say that I've gotten condition, I've gotten stage, but where Andy's mindset is, he wants to go further than that, and with his physique standards, like giving him a chance where he's going to have some fucking heavy competition, you know, where there's a high probability that he's going to be going against lads that are going to be superly heavily muscled, super conditioned. You know, winning something like that is going to give him a much better sense of accomplishment because he's had a tougher going at trying to compete than just going into a show where the standard is average and you're competing against 2 other people. You know, coming first out of 3 people is you can't lose. You know, it's top 3. If you come first out of 20 to 30 people, it's a big pool of people, and that's a serious accomplishment. But I think when you look at that, it really depends on the athlete and where they're at in their kind of physique development. You know, if you've got someone that is a first timer competing that maybe isn't the most developed, that's still going to be an accomplishment for them because that's going to be their standard. Where we're at with Andy anyway, so what we've done to get to this point is we're with each other, what, 12 weeks now?
Just over 12 weeks, going into 13 weeks, but we won't count this week, it's been home with family, because it's like a resting week. So. So still training, but like, and still you could say the 4 meals a day, 3 meals good.
Yeah.
At the end of every day, meeting with friends or family for a nice big meal.
Yeah.
So I would say last meal of every day was pretty. Could be a steak, could be a chicken burger, could be a beef burger with sweet potato fries. Like, so I've always had a nice big meal.
Man's living. Now, in fairness, we did discuss this though, like that. He was going to do a dieting phase, and then he knew he was going to come home to see family friends. Like, he lives in Canada, so he doesn't see people too often. That we get ahead of the game here, he can have a bit of leeway to spend some downtime with the family, catch up with people, and then when he goes back to Canada, that's when prep is going to start. So the position that he's in now, we can actually afford to do that because he's worked hard to get to this position now, and there's going to be minimal damage here. The plan is now, over the next kind of 6 to 8 weeks, is to push food back up, get to a better position where prep we can start within. So prep's starting at a higher food intake, lower fatigue ratio in terms of like less cardio, less thermogenics, lipolytics, etc. We have all those cards at our disposal then entering that prep, and we're in a much better body composition state. So just being strategic about where we're placing our cards in this prep and the timeline will give Andy the best chance of showing up and potentially winning. Let's say good boy. On up. Good boy. Good boy. So that is a wrap for the video. Didn't go to plan today, to be fair. Obviously, me pec, I don't know what the issue is with it. I'm going to get looked at. The plan was to get a decent session with Andy, but I couldn't train basically for the majority. Too much pain in my pec, so I'll get looked at anyway. But it was just, regardless, it was good to catch up with Andy, seeing exactly where he's at. He obviously lives in Canada, so seeing him in person gives me that kind of true representation of where he's currently at, body composition-wise, size-wise. It gives him an opportunity to express himself with how he's feeling too. I think we've run that phase perfectly, and we're really set up for the next phase in an ideal position. So yeah, well, next video will probably be back in Dubai. It'll probably be week 3 for me going into prep. So catch us on that one. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let's say you want to give it a like, you want to give it a follow, give it a subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. If you want to give it a comment, say whatever you have to say. We'll get back to you.